The science behind emotional elevation. Let me tell you how a terrible mistake I made led me to the greatest discovery about the science behind emotional elevation. There was a time when I found myself stuck in a cycle of frustration and stagnation, despite all my effort and dedication. I worked tirelessly, planned meticulously, but it always felt like something fundamental was missing. Then, during a high-stakes project, I let stress and anxiety take over, clouding my clarity and undermining my confidence. The result was a major setback, not just professionally, but also in terms of my well-being. That painful experience, however, became the catalyst that pushed me to dive deep into understanding human emotions, turning my failure into a path toward a new and powerful approach. Hello, if you're a professional seeking higher performance, a young adult searching for self-knowledge, or someone interested in unlocking the mysteries of the mind and heart, and you're tired of feeling like your emotions are obstacles rather than fuel, you're in the right place. I understand your pain. I know how hard it is to navigate the complexities of modern life, where the pressure to perform and the search for purpose can easily lead to emotional exhaustion. That's why I'm here. In this text, I'll show you exactly how you can master the art of emotional elevation to boost your success and find deeper, more authentic fulfillment. No more overcomplication. I'll walk you through the simplest and most direct path to resolve the disconnect between what you feel and what you truly want to accomplish. The big mistake: misunderstanding emotion. The biggest mistake most people make is believing that emotions are merely passive reactions, or worse, obstacles that need to be suppressed or ignored. We've grown up with the idea that being rational means putting feelings aside, especially in professional environments or when chasing big goals. But that perspective is fundamentally flawed. Emotions aren't just byproducts of experience. They are powerful forces that shape our perception, decisions, and ultimately our ability to act and manifest. The foundation of emotional elevation lies in understanding that we can, consciously and intentionally, activate and sustain emotional states that propel us forward. You might be wondering, but how is that possible? Aren't I a hostage to my feelings? The answer is simpler than it seems, but it requires a shift in mindset. Scientists at the University of California, San Francisco, UCSF, have made significant advances in the science of emotional elevation, revealing that the conscious activation of positive emotional states can, in fact, reconfigure neural pathways. This process not only boosts our capacity for resilience and focus, but also optimizes brain function for problem-solving and creativity. It's not about denying sadness or anger, but learning to navigate through them and, more importantly, to proactively cultivate emotions like gratitude, joy, hope, and determination, transforming them into an endless source of energy for your goals. Your journey in 3 simple steps: the emotional elevation process. This technique is practical and accessible, designed to integrate into your daily routine. Step 1. Non-judgmental recognition. The first and most crucial step is to develop the ability to identify your emotions as they arise without judgment. We often label feelings as good or bad, which keeps us from truly understanding them. Instead, observe them as a neutral witness. Where in your body do you feel this emotion? How intense is it? Naming the emotion, I feel anxiety, I feel gratitude, is the first step toward regaining control. This is an exercise in self-awareness and forms the foundation of emotional transformation. Step 2. Conscious reorientation. Once you've recognized the emotion, the next step is to reorient your focus. If the emotion is challenging, ask yourself, what alternative perspective can I adopt? Or, what am I grateful for right now, despite everything? Data from Johns Hopkins University shows a direct correlation between the daily practice of gratitude and a reduction in stress markers in the context of emotional elevation. Gratitude doesn't deny difficulty. It expands your awareness to include what's still positive, even in adversity. Small shifts in perspective can have a massive impact on your brain chemistry and your overall emotional state. This isn't illusion. It's a deliberate act of choosing where to place your attention. Step 3. Intentional amplification. With your focus reoriented, the final step is to amplify positive emotions. This means not just feeling them, but actively cultivating them. Visualize your goals already achieved. Feel the joy and satisfaction that would come with those accomplishments. Engage in activities that naturally evoke joy, listening to inspiring music, practicing a hobby, spending time in nature, or connecting with people who uplift you. Amplification isn't escapism, it's a strategy for emotional empowerment. By saturating your mind and body with high-frequency emotions, you create fertile ground for innovation, resilience, and effective action. The advanced strategy, fueling success with elevated emotion. The real secret is to integrate emotional elevation into your goal achievement process. It's not just about feeling good, it's about using that elevated emotional state as a driver for your most ambitious goals. The traditional way of trying to reach goals through sheer willpower leads to burnout, frustration, and often giving up. With this new method, the cost is the disciplined management of your emotions, and the reward is a result that's 10x better in effectiveness, speed, and above all, joy in the journey. Here's the difference. Willpower is finite. Positive emotional energy, when well directed, is limitless. This reminds me of a client, Anna, a marketing executive who was on the verge of burnout. Despite being extremely competent, she constantly felt overwhelmed and unmotivated. By consistently applying these principles, Anna began recognizing her emotions at work, shifting her focus to small wins, and amplifying gratitude for her team and clients. What happened? Her creativity soared. Her leadership skills grew stronger. She not only revitalized her own career, but also inspired a cultural shift within her team, culminating in the most successful project in her company that year. She learned that human emotion is the key to achievement, not just in personal life, but also in the corporate world. A Yale University behavioral study revealed that individuals who align their actions with sustained positive emotional states tend to reach their goals faster and with less perceived effort. That's the power of emotional resonance. So now you know, emotional elevation can be your greatest asset for turning dreams and goals into reality. But knowing is not enough. You must apply. That's why my invitation to you is dive into the techniques that turn emotion into action, because emotion gets things done faster. This is not just wishful thinking, it's a powerful tool. Be among the first to experience this new solution to enhance your emotional intelligence and bring your projects to life with renewed energy. It's that simple. Thank you so much for reading all the way to the end. I hope my journey and the stories I've shared inspire you to begin your own. But what's the next step? How do you sustain this elevation in the face of daily challenges and transform it into a permanent way of life? That is the subject of our next session, where we'll explore maintenance and deepening strategies for emotional elevation.